Learn English through story. The Hidden Room. The rain fell steadily over the small town of Willow Creek, casting a grayish hue over the landscape. The sky was a blanket of clouds, thick and heavy, as if the world was holding its breath in anticipation. In the heart of the town stood an old Victorian house, long abandoned and shrouded in mystery. The locals had whispered about it for years, sharing tales of its former glory and the secrets it held within its weathered walls. They spoke of a hidden room, a place rumored to be filled with forgotten treasures and dark secrets. Clara Thompson had lived in Willow Creek all her life. As a child, she had listened to the stories of the old house with wide eyes, captivated by the allure of the unknown. Now, as an adult, her fascination had only deepened. Clara was an artist, her life a tapestry of colors and emotions, but lately, her creativity had hit a wall. She felt as if she were wandering through a fog, unable to see the vibrant path ahead of her. Perhaps it was time to explore the old house, to uncover the secrets of the hidden room and reignite the spark of inspiration that had dimmed in her life. On a particularly dreary afternoon, Clara made her way to the Victorian house. The streets were empty, the townsfolk avoiding the rain as if it were an omen. She approached the house, its once grand facade now decaying, the paint peeling and the garden overgrown. Clara pushed open the creaky gate, the sound echoing in the stillness, and stepped onto the property. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth and forgotten memories. As she walked up the path, Clara couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched. She brushed it off as nerves, her heart pounding in anticipation. She had come here for a reason, and she wouldn't allow fear to deter her. Stepping onto the porch, she noticed the door was slightly ajar. With a deep breath, she pushed it open and stepped inside. The interior was dark, the only light filtering in through the grime-coated windows. Dust motes danced in the beams, and Clara could see the remnants of a life once lived. Old furniture, draped in white sheets, loomed like ghosts in the corners. She moved cautiously, her footsteps echoing in the silence, as she explored the forgotten rooms. The air was stale, filled with the weight of memories long buried. After wandering through the house for what felt like hours, Clara found herself in the parlor. It was here she noticed a large bookshelf against the wall, its shelves sagging under the weight of dust-covered books. She brushed her fingers along the spines, feeling a connection to the stories within. One book caught her eye, a leather-bound journal with a faded title embossed on the cover. As she pulled it from the shelf, she felt a shiver run down her spine. Flipping it open, she discovered it was filled with entries from a woman named Margaret, who had lived in the house many years ago. The entries spoke of her dreams, her aspirations, and her struggles with isolation. Clara found herself drawn into Margaret's world, feeling a deep empathy for the woman's longing for connection. As she read on, she stumbled upon a passage that sent a thrill through her. A mention of a hidden room, a place where Margaret sought refuge from the pain of her life. Intrigued, Clara couldn't help but search for this hidden room. Her heart raced as she scanned the parlor for clues. Was it hidden behind the bookshelf? She examined the walls closely, running her fingers along the edges, searching for any sign of a mechanism. And then, in the far corner of the room, she spotted a small, ornate keyhole embedded in the wood. With newfound determination, Clara pressed her ear against the wall, listening for any sound beyond. A faint whisper of air met her, confirming her suspicions. She searched the room for the key and soon discovered a small key on the ground near the bookshelf, half buried in dust. It felt cool in her palm as she approached the keyhole, her heart pounding in anticipation. She inserted the key, and to her astonishment, the wall creaked open, revealing a narrow passage. Stepping inside, Clara felt a rush of exhilaration mixed with trepidation. The hidden room was dark, the air heavy with the scent of must and neglect. She switched on her flashlight, illuminating the space around her. The room was small and cluttered, filled with forgotten relics of a bygone era. Old photographs lined the walls, faded and yellowed, depicting the lives of those who had once occupied the house. In the center of the room stood a large wooden trunk, its edges worn and covered in dust. Clara felt a surge of curiosity as she approached it, the sense of adventure igniting her creativity. She opened the trunk with a creak, revealing a collection of trinkets and treasures. Among them were letters, delicate jewelry, and a small easel with a canvas that held the faintest traces of paint. Clara's heart swelled as she picked up the easel, the weight of inspiration washing over her. As she examined the items, Clara felt a profound connection to Margaret. The letters revealed a story of love, loss, and longing, echoing the themes Clara often explored in her own art. In that moment, she realized that the hidden room was not just a physical space but a metaphor for the depths of the human experience, hidden desires, unfulfilled dreams, and the complexities of life. Inspired, Clara began to sketch on the canvas, pouring her emotions onto the surface. The strokes of her brush flowed freely, fueled by the stories she had unearthed. She painted the essence of Margaret's life, the colors representing the highs and lows, the love that once blossomed and the loneliness that lingered. Hours slipped away as she lost herself in her art, the outside world fading into the background. It was as if the hidden room had become a sanctuary for her creativity, a space where she could explore her own desires while honoring Margaret's legacy. Each stroke of the brush unlocked another layer of her own emotions, and she felt a surge of clarity and purpose. As she painted, Clara found herself reflecting on her own life. She had always felt like an outsider in Willow Creek, struggling to find her place. Like Margaret, she had experienced moments of isolation and longing, yearning for connection and understanding. The hidden room had become a mirror, reflecting her own hidden desires and the dreams she had buried beneath the weight of expectations. When Claire finally stepped back to admire her work, she felt a wave of emotion wash over her. The canvas was a vivid tapestry of colors, a celebration of life and creativity that resonated deeply within her. It was a testament to the power of vulnerability and the beauty of embracing one's true self. After what felt like an eternity, Clara reluctantly left the hidden room, closing the passage behind her. The rain had subsided, and as she stepped outside, the world felt different. The colors seemed brighter, and the air was alive with possibility. She was no longer the woman who had entered the Victorian house. She was transformed, filled with a renewed sense of purpose. In the following days, Clara dedicated herself to her art, creating a series of paintings inspired by the hidden room and Margaret's story. She poured her heart into every brush stroke, each piece a reflection of her own journey and the connection she had forged with the past. As she worked, she felt a sense of liberation, breaking free from the constraints that had held her back for so long. When the time came for her to showcase her work at the local gallery, Clara felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. This would be her first exhibit, a chance to share her art with the world. As she arrived at the gallery, she was greeted by friends and fellow artists, their faces filled with anticipation. The room was adorned with her paintings, each one telling a story of love, loss, and the search for connection. Clara stood among her creations, her heart racing as guests began to admire her work. She felt a sense of pride swell within her, knowing that she had tapped into something profound. As the evening unfolded, Clara found herself engaged in conversations with visitors who connected with her art on a deep level. They shared their own stories of longing and resilience, echoing the themes she had painted. In those moments, Clara realized that she was not alone. The hidden room had not only revealed her own desires but had also opened a doorway to understanding and connection with others. Among the crowd, Clara spotted an elderly woman standing quietly in the corner. Her eyes filled with tears as she gazed at one of the paintings. Clara approached her, sensing an unspoken connection. "What do you see?" she asked gently. The woman turned, her voice trembling as she spoke. "It reminds me of my late husband. We had dreams together, but life pulled us in different directions. I never got the chance to pursue my passion for painting." Clara's heart ached for her. "You can still pursue it. You know, it's never too late to rediscover your desires." The woman nodded, wiping away her tears. "I've forgotten that it's possible." In that moment, Clara understood the true power of her art. It was not just a reflection of her journey but a catalyst for others to embrace their hidden desires. The stories shared that night echoed in her heart, fueling her creative spirit and reinforcing her commitment to authenticity. As the exhibit came to a close, Clara felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude. The hidden room had given her the gift of connection, not only with her own desires but with the lives of others. She understood that everyone carried their own hidden rooms, filled with dreams and fears waiting to be uncovered. In the weeks that followed, Clara became a beacon of inspiration in Willow Creek. She organized workshops, inviting others to explore their creativity and share their stories. The hidden room had transformed into a metaphorical space for those willing to embrace their desires and confront their fears. It was a safe haven for self-discovery, where individuals could connect with their true selves and one another. Clara's life blossomed as she built a community of artists and dreamers, each person contributing their unique perspective to the tapestry of creativity. They shared laughter, tears, and moments of vulnerability, creating an environment where everyone felt seen and heard. Through this collective journey, Clara found the fulfillment she had longed for, a sense of belonging that had eluded her for years. As the seasons changed in Willow Creek, so did Clara. The hidden room had awakened something deep within her, a passion for life, an understanding of the human experience, and a commitment to embracing the beauty of imperfection. She painted with wild abandon, each canvas a reflection of her growth, her struggles, and the connection she had forged with others. One day, as Clara sat in her studio, she received an unexpected letter. It was from a historian researching the history of the old Victorian house. Intrigued, Clara invited him to meet, eager to learn more about the woman whose story had inspired her journey. When the historian arrived, Clara felt a mix of excitement and trepidation. He shared tales of Margaret's life, revealing the hardships she had faced and the love that had once flourished within the walls of the house. Clara listened intently, her heart swelling with empathy for the woman who had once been so lonely. Margaret poured her heart into her art, the historian explained. But life had a way of pulling her away from her passions. It's a story of lost dreams and hidden desires, much like what you've experienced. Clara nodded, feeling a profound connection to Margaret's journey. I believe we all have hidden rooms, places where our true selves reside, waiting to be discovered. The historian smiled, impressed by Clara's insight. Indeed, your work has given Margaret a voice once more. Through your art, you've breathed life into her story, reminding us all that it's never too late to pursue our passions. With newfound determination, Clara began to plan a special exhibition dedicated to Margaret's legacy. She envisioned a collaboration between her art and the historian's research, a way to honor the woman who had inspired her journey. The exhibition would invite the community to explore the hidden rooms within themselves, encouraging them to embrace their desires and share their stories. As Clara worked tirelessly to bring her vision to life, the town of Willow Creek buzzed with anticipation. The exhibition, titled Hidden Rooms, A Journey of Discovery, would feature Clara's paintings alongside artifacts and stories from Margaret's life. It was a celebration of creativity, connection, and the resilience of the human spirit. On the day of the exhibition, Clara stood in the gallery, her heart racing as visitors began to arrive. The room was adorned with her vibrant paintings, each one telling a story of love, loss, and the search for meaning. The historian had displayed photographs and letters from Margaret, adding depth and context to the exhibit. As guests wandered through the gallery, Clara witnessed the transformative power of art in action. People gathered in small groups, sharing their own stories and experiences, inspired by the hidden rooms they had uncovered within themselves. Laughter and tears mingled in the air, creating an atmosphere of genuine connection. Clara felt a profound sense of fulfillment wash over her. The hidden room had served as a catalyst for change, igniting a flame of creativity that burned brightly within the community. She had discovered not only her own desires but had helped others to uncover theirs. As the evening progressed, Clara found herself reflecting on her journey. The hidden room had revealed the depths of her soul, guiding her toward authenticity and connection. It had taught her that life is a tapestry woven from the threads of our experiences, desires, and relationships. In the midst of the celebration, Clara spotted the elderly woman from the previous exhibit standing quietly in the corner, her eyes shining with tears of joy. Clara approached her, a smile spreading across her face. "I'm so glad you could make it." The woman nodded, her voice filled with emotion. "I've never felt so alive, Clara. Your art has inspired me to pick up my brushes again." Clara's heart swelled with gratitude. That's what this exhibition is all about. We all have hidden rooms waiting to be explored, and it's never too late to embrace our passions. The woman smiled, and in that moment, Clara realized that the hidden room had not only transformed her life but had created ripples of change throughout the community. It was a reminder that our desires are not meant to be hidden away but celebrated and shared. As the night drew to a close, Clara stood before her paintings, feeling a profound sense of gratitude. The hidden room had given her the gift of connection, inspiring her to live authentically and encouraging others to do the same. She understood now that life is a journey of discovery, filled with hidden rooms waiting to be unlocked. And so, in the small town of Willow Creek, Clara's story became intertwined with Margaret's, their journeys echoing through time. The hidden room had served as a bridge, connecting the past with the present, and reminding everyone that the most beautiful art comes from the depths of our souls, waiting to be unveiled and shared with the world. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you enjoyed, then please like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.